It's really interesting that in good times, when the business is growing, how quickly we kind of move out of building relationships into actually a much more transactional mindset. Had a really interesting conversation earlier this week with one of our clients who's a very respected player in the automotive retail industry. And we had a great conversation about the next phase of business. Automotive retail at the moment is going gangbusters. Cars are being sold for pretty much their retail asking price, which is no discounting, never to be really heard of in the automotive industry. So sales are great. But one of the issues with that, of course, is that we've got the sales landing at our door. And what happens is we end up with a very transactional kind of relationship that's occurring. So customers are coming in and it becomes a bit much like a cash and carry. The issue there moving forward is, well, what happens when that customer comes back to get the next one? If you didn't look after me in that first transaction, if you didn't sort of start to build that concept of love and forgiveness, building that pool that we've talked about in so many of our workshops, what happens? Well, next time I go to buy a car, I probably won't think of you because it's just a transactional relationship. So one of the things that we were talking about is, well, how do we move beyond that? And it's one of actually building relationship. And the aha, the light bulb moment that we'd like to share with you this week is really about, well, over your business and in your organization over the last 12 months, what have you actually done for your customers? Have you gone back to them and actually checked in with them, see how they're going? Starting to keep building on that relationship that is more enduring, or has it been very much a wham bam, thank you ma'am, one and done transaction? So step back from your business, step back from your organization and the day-to-day, and actually have a think about what have we done for our customers in the last 12 months. The way at Customer Frame we talk about this is your customer bucket. That database that you have is actually a core asset of your organization. So as a business leader, CEO, MDs, whoever's watching, really think about, is that asset strong today? Because if you've got a transactional relationship that's happening, just because business is great, your data's looking great, your revenue's up, your profitability's looking wonderful, but actually, if it's all transactional, those customers aren't sitting in your customer bucket. They're not staying in your database. You think they are, but you're actually not leveraging that in any way, shape or form. So when it comes back to repeat purchase, they'll go elsewhere. So the question we have is, what's that flow rate coming in? It's looking great at the moment, but are you retaining them? And ultimately, is that flow rate that's going out the other end equal to what's coming in as well? So think about your customer asset, your customer database that sits in amongst this. It links back to the concept of whether it's a transaction or a relationship, and is that what your teams are actually delivering in today's environment?